You and pizza.
We go past the street guy and go straight to the
Going straight to the source.
distributor.
Yeah.
The distributor like, yo,
There's no middleman
you
here.
know, I ain't fucking with 8 nigga. I'm trying to get that kilo.
All right, we're recording.
Are we? Holy shit. I guess we have to apologize. Do we have to apologize?
For what?
We missed a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
but not yet.
it's
By tomorrow, we will miss a week, though.
when this is recorded, there will be a gap in our release schedule, and it's totally Isaiah's and Alex's fault.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was your fault.
No, I wasn't gonna show up, but that's we did one without you.
Mine was premeditated.
We did one without you. I had car troubles. The car trouble being that my gas tank covered thing wouldn't open, so I had no gas, virtually no gas, so
Damn.
I couldn't make it over here and back. So yeah,
I should have recorded myself saying the same word for like an hour, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Something spooky.
you could do a Buddhist chant or something.
Buddhist chant, yeah.
Yeah.
Throat. What is it? Throat.
Oh, the
Oh, you
Mongolian
know what
throat
you could do?
singing?
You could do one of those like the code stations, the radios.
Oh, the number
yeah,
stations.
number
Yeah.
station. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yo, that would
4,
be dope.
That would be
8,
cool.
16.
1, 7, 3.
I think the last one
Or
was
you can even
108.
throw in some like
Some like
alpha,
music
some
box
alpha thing,
music.
like oh like tango, foxtrot,
It has
things like
to Charlie Bravo.
Kowalski.
That's called the NATO phonetic alphabet.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. Alphabet.
that's just for like extreme confirmation to the point where it's like
Like-
there's no doubt you said K.
If you need these letters, let me give them to you. All right, words, full words. There was something I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was.
Well, this next episode
Oh, I
will
want to.
be spooky.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Again.
to do that. I was going to say
Yeah.
something else. Oh snap!
Cue the spooky, scary skeletons. Yeah. So we spoke about aliens last time. Let's switch it up a bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about-
humans. Yeah, I hate them.
I was gonna talk about aliens again.
Oh, okay. Oh, before we get into the more bigger part of the discussion, Netflix has its own section called Netflix and Chills
Really?
for the Halloween stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything of value? Anything good in
I
there?
don't know. Well, I mean, things I can give you to recommend. I think we talked about the Ritual before, but the Ritual
Ritual is really good,
is really
yes.
good.
The Perfection.
The Perfection is good. There's a new one which, okay, I don't even know how I feel about the movie. I saw it. It's called In the Tall Grass. It's based on a Stephen King, I think, novella, and basically these people get lost in, I don't know if it's a field. I don't know if it's a corn, but tall grass,
Stephen
field,
King?
whatever. Yeah, and it's supernatural. It's a better version of The Happening, I would say. It gets pretty dark at the end, like pretty brutal and graphic. Check it out, and let us know what you think. Tweet us at.
You ever seen
somewhere.
Creepshow?
I don't think so.
It's Stephen King, based on Stephen King little short stories and directed by George A. Romero.
Ooh, I think I've heard of him before.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that. Guy.
Very,
yeah,
very-
yeah. I heard he's got a couple good movies.
Yeah, he made this small one. I think it was called Night of the Living Dead. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that, man.
Black Guy dies.
Evening of the
The most important contribution was that a black guy died.
Exactly. It's like equality. You know, in real life, black people would always get away, but
Yeah.
we gotta up.
Yes, they had to make a movie where the black guy dies.
We gotta up the kill count because not enough black people get killed in films.
Just in case we're actually being too coy, we're talking about the OG zombie movie.
Yep.
And it was the one to actually create zombies as the way they are, not in the voodoo hoodoo way they are, but in the way we think of them as like reanimated corpses because it's some kind of scientific happening. And in the movie, the protagonist is a black guy, which is very revolutionary for that time.
Yeah. It
Even
was
though
unheard of.
Romero himself in casting didn't say he specifically looked for a black actor, and he wasn't trying to make a statement. It's simply that the job went to the guy that was best for it. And in the end of the movie, the black guy being the last survivor in the home of people that were like holed up, he ends up getting killed the next morning because the people think he's a zombie.
Yeah.
And other people took it as a racial thing, like, oh, they killed him because he was black, but it really was just like they thought he was a zombie.
Yeah.
But it takes on these unintended.
Yeah, because of the period of
Themes.
time.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
came out like not too long after the Civil Rights Act was
It was
passed.
like, it was like
76, right?
No, it was before that.
70?
That movie came out like 68, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Look it up while we talk about it.
You gotta type furiously or.
You know, I have my ability to know when movies come
Okay,
out.
Nick could type furiously.
68. Yeah, so literally.
God damn, I'm on it.
Literally the same
Yeah.
year
Oh
the
my
Civil Rights
God.
Act was passed.
My film
So-
knowledge is
So Mike has got a great point. During the whole process of actually filming this film, you
It's
know,
the civil rights.
those how would you put it? Those
discussions, arguments.
those discussions about
Yeah.
racial injustice and all that were already occurring.
Yeah.
So any moment anything happens, people can attach it to some sort of racial issue,
Mhm.
and they wouldn't exactly be what's it called? Unreasonable. They
Yeah.
wouldn't exactly.
Like it's understandable that would happen.
Yeah.
They
in
would
that period
think
of
that,
time.
but really
versus today, where
he was trying to
everybody
make a good
comes by
movie, which he did.
Yeah,
Because
which he
that
fucking-
movie
yeah.
is
cult
It's-
classic for a
what
reason.
it basically spawned a whole genre or
Yeah.
like a subgenre.
Yeah, like
of horror.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
It's literally iconic, untouchable, and it
Actually,
started everything.
Like German expression.
That brings me to something I was thinking about: movies that changed the film forever. We
Okay.
can talk about
Are we
that.
trying
actually.
to stick to horror movies or
Yeah, horror,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
The Exorcist.
What you got?
Wes Craven. You think Wes Craven?
Anything Wes Craven, really?
Yeah, Scream, and
Yo, Scream. All right, so
Scream was a big change.
before already having been in the
Well, actually, I think John Carpenter did it first though with Halloween, because wasn't that like one of the first slashers?
John Carpenter was Halloween.
Was that one of the first slashers ever?
I mean, the thing is,
The thing is, before
It
these
might be.
movies, the
Sla-
slasher
well,
genre wasn't
slasher
defined.
in the point like suburban slasher. You know, like oh, it could happen to me kind of thing.
okay,
you know?
that was like because like I mean, Psycho could be thought to be a slasher kind
Yeah.
of, but that's like a more mild
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I would have to look. I can't say.
I guess we have to do the research and see, but I feel like that
because
definitely
Halloween came out what 78, I think.
Yeah, right
I
here,
think it was 1978.
right here. People say that like if you ask like film aficionados,
Mhm.
the first two slasher film, well, three actually, would be Bay of Blood from 1971.
I haven't heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, following that, because nobody heard of that one, would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
and Black Christmas.
Oh, Black Christmas,
Texas,
yeah.
yeah,
Those-
Texas
those
Chainsaw Massacre was
would follow.
74.
74, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So,
so-
yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then the rest of the 70s and then 80s,
Yeah,
definitely with these slashers.
but when you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you're like, oh, that's in
You,
the
you
middle
don't, you
of-
don't feel like it's a slasher.
Well, because
yeah, but like you said, it's not an urban slasher because it's like in the middle of
You're
nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere. So like,
Like,
Halloween was like we're in the suburbs
Yeah.
and you can fucking kill. You know, it could just happen
yeah,
to you.
there's a large like population.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
like real America, not
So-
just like the abandoned West, or
Bumblefuck.
Midwest.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Hills Have Eyes is also like isolated, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's scary. But
Yeah.
it's like as long as I don't drive down those routes, I'll be okay. But this one's just like
Damn.
nah.
And that's why I think it was especially scary when Halloween came out because
Yeah.
like people like what the fuck? Like
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, that's just happening in suburbs and shit and whatnot, and people were like just it
Yeah,
freaked people out.
it had an extra layer of fear just because it's like,
And like
I live close to here.
Yeah.
I don't know if being like solemn is the word for it, but like the way he is, Michael Myers, like there's no talking,
No
there's
talking, no
there's
emotional, he's
like,
walking.
Yeah, like we with well, I guess the same thing with Jason. Jason's a mute guy too, but then with Freddy's always talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking,
he
Leatherface is crazy and like babbling on some shit.
I think it's also part of like his whole like shtick where he's supposed to be in your dreams only. He's
Yeah.
not a physical thug, so it's like a
It's
thought
physical
form.
manifestation, yeah.
So words are the only way he could really
Man,
like.
it's talking
Which is
hella
creepy
shit,
because
though.
that game, the game Melvin plays a lot, the
What's it
Which
called?
one?
Dead by Daylight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that game, Freddy is invisible
Oh, that's smart.
because he's in your
'Cause
dreams.
he's in the dream.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's like you can't see him ever.
Mhm.
that's cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But yeah, Wes Craven definitely changed some shit too. Yeah, with that.
Yeah, and Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously, and it's a lot of. But yeah, Black Christmas. They're making it's not even a remake. It's a different movie that they gave the title to,
Yeah,
just to.
which is annoying.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
I think we spoke about that last time too.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we did.
we talked about the fact that it's like
we touched on it.
we touched on it.
like the other movie you said that they're gonna re-record it or like redo it with English because the original film was in another language.
I don't know what I was talking about. I know I said that. I don't know
Yeah.
which movie I was talking
What's
about.
next?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think they're gonna do next? Poltergeist?
Didn't they have a Poltergeist in
Did they?
2015?
What about The Exorcist?
I mean, they made a show on CBS.
Exorcist?
Yeah,
Oh shit!
I don't know if it's still going.
I'm not aware of any of these shits.
There's this show. I don't know if it's good or not called Evil. It just came out, and it's like, all right.
Oh, is that Michael Coulter?
Yeah.
yeah. They were gonna
I hear
film it in
it's
this
good.
house.
the trailer. Oh yeah.
They came. One of the people from one of the scouts came and took pictures of my house, and
Oh,
they were
oh,
like,
you told me about
yeah,
that,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, the trailer was intriguing. I don't know if it's good or not. I haven't tried it yet, but the premise is good. It basically the main character is I think psychologist or psychiatrist, and obviously she deals with like rendering insanity, pleas or not, and then she's approached by a person from the church, played by Michael Coulter, aka Luke Cage, he's not an exorcist, but he's like something for the church to dispel or
Mhm.
deal with demons. And he's like,
so what is he like the home blesser kind of dude? Like he just comes in with the incense?
I don't know what he does exactly, but like
No, because before the church will call an actual
I was talking
exorcist,
about, yeah,
they'll
the
come
one
in with
with
the
the-
incense
and the hanging chain
and,
thing,
and they'll literally just
you
carry a
bless the house
crucifix around the
and-
house
yeah, they
and
bless
like
the house
they'll
and-
bless
White's
the
house.
yeah, basically you move
Yeah.
over everybody's out. And together the two of them deal with like this demon that's like infesting people and making them seem that they're insane, but
Yeah.
in fact it's a demon. It's called Evil. It's a good premise. I'm not vouching for it. I've not seen it, but it just looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. I feel like The Exorcist made a lot of changes too. People were probably like bugged out by that.
Oh yeah, The Exorcist is like literally it changed body horror. in
Oh,
a
that
lot of
too.
ways.
That movie was-
Specifically,
yeah.
I love
the
me some
body horror is really like I wasn't scared of the supernatural aspect at the time because I was kind of like ignorant on demonology and all that.
Mhm.
So I wasn't that deep into like what the soul was, those concepts.
Mhm.
But the body horror, that shit got me.
I love
Good.
me some body horror.
Evil Dead definitely also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Raimi definitely changed a lot of shit with that shit too. Shit will impact it at least, or
What about the horror comedy hybrids like Cabin in the Woods?
ah.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods is good.
A fantastic movie. I
You,
love
ever-
that.
you guys ever seen Tucker and Dale
Yo,
vs. Evil?
Yes.
I was just watching it. I didn't finish it. I actually kind of hate it though.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't finish it yet, but yeah, I get what it's doing, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you?
Shaun of the Dead.
They,
I don't think he's ever watched any of them.
I saw Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Oh, you,
I saw,
the-
I saw Hot. I saw
oh, you saw all three?
the
Yeah, you saw the trilogy?
Cornetti trilogy, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I don't like the world at World's End. I mean, it's all right, but
Yeah.
whatever. Shaun of the Dead's good. Cabin in the Woods, I love. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
So
I
far-
gotta
so
finish
far-
before
so
I can
far
say,
not
but
liking
so
it?
far I don't like it. That brings you around to like Scream, where like Cabin in the Woods and Scream are like deconstructions of the horror genre
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Like Wes Craven with Scream basically is like, okay, I've done this before. Let me tell you what this actually means and like why it doesn't work or why it does
Yeah,
work.
yeah. But then it works.
And then it works. And then it works.
Funny we talk about Cabin in the Woods because it actually, like, you know, at the ending when they go underground and they
Yeah.
find the whole base, that's the same thing as the SCP Foundation, which is also related to the game Control.
Yeah.
Which is government agencies that
Exactly.
capture these paranormal,
Paranormal, yep.
supernatural, or paranatural anomalies and keep it away from the public. It's amazing.
I can't what do you call it? Recommend the game Control enough. It's probably my favorite game of this year, and it's the right kind of creepiness. It's not hard. It's not hard necessarily, but it definitely has like
suspense thriller.
unsettling. It's like an unsettling quality to it because like the building itself that you're in is weird. Even the building itself is an altered location, and it changes where it is when necessary, and you don't know that it's there unless it wants you to find it. Like they themselves found that building in the 60s and moved into it, the Federal Bureau of Control, and they moved into it, and the building itself shifts inside of itself, opening up portals to different places and etc. And random events happen that they have no control over. Ironically enough, and that was the correct use of the word irony. But Control is definitely, I can't recommend that game enough. It's my favorite game of 2019, and please go out and play it. Other movies, I'm trying to look up like other horror movies right now.
That were funny.
On well, just in general, horror movies that like we
Army of
think
Darkness. You ever
has
seen
some
that?
kind of. That was the third movie. No, I didn't see that one.
That one's fucking hilarious.
Yeah? Okay.
He gets teleported back into medieval times
Yeah, I know what it's about. I just never
with
saw
the
it.
shotgun, but that shotgun has infinite ammo. Of
That's
course.
the boomstick, right?
Yeah, the boomsticks. This is that's
This
where
is my
it's,
boomstick. Yeah.
Yep. That movie's fucking hilarious.
Other movies. Oh, you know what? I like Insidious. The first one.
Oh yeah, Insidious was really
The
good.
first one's really
It was
good.
creepy as fuck. I don't like the ending.
Wait.
Well, I feel like
that-
at the end
that
they
the
show-
father was.
No,
Oh.
that they showed the fucking demon like up close.
Oh, okay.
I hate when.
Oh, the lipstick demon.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But I hate that they showed him like fully like I'm in your face. Like I don't know.
Here's the thing: if you fully reveal a monster, it has to be worth it. Like
yeah, I
the
feel like
ritual,
it was. Yeah.
the ritual,
yeah.
it was worth it.
Yeah,
Because that
definitely.
shit was weird.
Yeah, that shit was weird as fuck.
It completely took our perception of what the scariest
Because
monster
none
should
of it
be.
made
And
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because first they mentioned, what was it, the son of Ice Giant and what else?
I shouldn't. It might have been a Asgardian, but I'm not sure. But it was like definitely. it's
Yeah,
mythology.
it was almost like
She said it's the bastard son of Loki. That's what
Oh,
she said.
okay, yeah.
Bastard
so
of
there we go.
Loki. So so you have this, what is equivalent to like probably the way we perceive the Nephilim in Christianity, where they're basically like not allowed to. They are cast away from man and cast away from God because they are the bastard sons of the sons of God.
You know what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about B movies?
B movies, like ones that are bad on purpose, or like like cheesy.
Or the ones that
Yeah,
set
cheesy
up
ones, I guess.
or the ones that set up a good premise, but they
Like,
just can't execute it because of budget.
I Spit on Your Grave.
Like I would say like Killer Clowns from Outer Space type shit.
Oh, I don't watch those.
Oh,
kind of
yeah? I
movies,
fucking love those.
Like Leprechaun. And that
Invasion of the
shit.
Saucer Man. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
You
definitely.
ever seen Ed Wood?
I never even heard.
No?
of it.
When Mars Attacks.
That I saw because
Yeah.
I love
was
that movie
younger.
to this day.
But do you know who Ed Wood was? Ed
No.
Wood was? He's the father of B movies, pretty much. He had
Okay.
in the movie Ed Wood is about his life, and it's Johnny Depp portraying him,
Okay.
and it's
Oh, I have heard of that movie.
it's a black and white movie. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
and-
actually heard that movie.
Yeah, that movie is really fucking good.
Okay.
But because it shows like what he did, and he pretty much what he did was he took money from the church, telling them that he was gonna make a Christian movie, but he wanted to do his own shit, some vampire movie or some
shit.
space movie, and he actually got in contact with Bela Lugosi, and
I don't know who that is.
yeah, and fucking filmed a movie with him. But the thing is, like, all the film that he got from him was test footage of him walking around doing random shit.
Okay.
And he died shortly after.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he used that in the movie.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't make sense. There's like no context for it. And it's just like he's the father of like making really shitty movies.
All right.
And he was just like a interesting, weird person. Like he dressed up in women's clothing and.
So what are those like
Yeah.
art for art's sake kind of people?
Clothing's for every. How does
Yeah.
clothing have a gender? No.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like art for art's sake kind of people that like even if it's bad art, they'll put it out there.
He thought it was. He thought it was. I don't know. It's like he was just kind of crazy. I mean, the movie's really good. That movie is awesome.
The
That's
movie
fun.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, his movies. He's famous for I think Plan 9 from Outer Space is one of them.
The worst movie ever
Yeah,
made.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's the one that he took. He took Christian money to make it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let
Good
me
Christian
see.
boy.
Yeah, good Christian boy. Yeah.
Other horror movies. I'm trying to find.
Darkness Falls, remember that one?
Oh my God, you remember that one?
No, it's not either.
It was about the Tooth Fairy,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but a very dark depiction
yeah,
of her.
it's like you leave your tooth under your pillow, she's gonna come to kill you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But she was like, what was it? Light, right? Light, like just
Like,
like,
yeah, just
destroyed
take a
her.
flashlight, which is
Let me
weird.
see what else is good. Oh, The Witch. God, I love The Witch. That's a movie I definitely.
What about all the John Carpenter
Recommend.
movies?
Yeah, of course.
All the horror ones, they're all hitters, right?
Yeah, I
For the
mean,
most part.
majority of his movies in general are hitters. But yeah,
Yeah.
his horror movies are. I mean,
Halloween, they live.
I mean, would you call They Live a horror movie?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's alien related, no?
Yeah, it's alien related, but I don't think it's a.
I mean, I guess it's more badass. To me, it was really badass,
it's,
especially
more, yeah, it's more of like a sci-fi.
Yeah. It
I
does
don't know if
have.
it's an action movie, but it's.
Yeah, it's action. Yeah,
Is
I
it
would say it's
thriller?
action.
Yeah. Nah.
No,
I don't think so.
Okay, so did you ever seen it?
no.
Do you
Pretty
know what
much.
it's about? They Live? Do you know what it's about or no?
No.
All right, so pretty much it's about a drifter that goes into
What kind of movie?
the town, right? He settles upon a town and starts working, manual labor construction,
No,
right?
sci-fi
Whatever.
action thriller. Just
And as he works there, he realizes that aliens took over already a long time ago, and that there's shades that let you see the aliens. So it's like he puts on these shades, and it can tell the aliens apart from the humans,
and
and the aliens look really fucking weird and disturbing. There's subliminal messaging everywhere.
so like a normal billboard, you'll see like a regular advertisement for like Pepsi or whatever.
Yeah.
But then under that, you'll see like
Obey.
if you put the glasses on, yeah, you see like obey,
Obey.
or like do or or
Procreate,
or eat this or like whatever. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's what they're actually trying to get you to see.
yeah.
Or like actually get you to do through the.
Mhm. And then there's like an underground rebellion going
that's
on.
where the glasses came
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
And it has a famous scene, a fight between it's Roddy Piper playing the character and Keith David. Back when Keith David was actually like
Yeah,
muscular and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And they have like
It's like how long is that fight? It's like 5 minutes.
it's like a 5-minute fight they
Yeah.
have, like a hand-to-hand fight.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and also
It's
it also perpetuated the very famous line, "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum."
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
not-
like,
it's not-
that's where it originated.
Duke Nukem.
No,
okay?
Duke Nukem
It is-
referenced
no,
it.
It is, yeah, it
Yeah.
is They Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know for a fact it
Yeah.
wasn't Duke Nukem
Okay.
because I literally got corrected when I was like
Okay.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is They Live. They Live
Yeah.
is amazing.
You know what it reminds me of? The stuff you were talking about, the propaganda. Rondo has what plants need.
What else?
But he says that right before he goes in a bank. He's like,
Yeah. Because
yeah,
there's a whole bunch of
aliens in the
aliens in
bank.
there.
And he shoots up the bank and
Yeah.
just fucking blasts them. And it's like, that was one of the most badass scenes in that
Yeah.
movie, too. I was like, oh shit, fucking them up.
They're really ugly too.
Yeah.
I love the concept, honestly.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You should,
You know what it reminded me of when you said glasses? It was like, you gotta put on these glasses and start eating that trash can.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna show you later.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
God. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna link
it's
this
one
shit.
of, no, it's from this video. It's from this video called "The 100 Best Movie Threats,"
Okay.
and it was just like little clips. I'm sure
Okay.
it's probably a bad movie, but
Probably
it's
is.
just funny because you see the guy on the floor already, like he got his ass beat. He's like, "Yeah, put on these glasses, start eating that trash can."
Oh, that's They Live. I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
I swear to God,
Is it?
because he was trying to force him. Yeah, that's It was a white guy and a black guy.
I forget honestly.
I swear to
I'm
God,
colorblind.
I'm pretty sure that's They
I'm
Live.
colorblind. I don't see color.
I think that's in the when because he's trying to convince Keith David's character that like of what he's saying, and the guy's like not paying attention to him. And for some,
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's in the fight
It's
scene.
in the fight scene.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wow, I literally saw it from that
That
compilation.
fight scene is fucking
They
crazy.
live. They live.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
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 You gotta watch
Um,
that movie, dude. It's really good.
Yeah, no shit, I'm good.
Yeah.
with
Hey,
it.
no. And you know what's funny? Put on the glasses, and then it shows a 5-minute fight scene right there.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
same
that's what it
scene.
is.
Because the whole fight is him trying to put the glasses on.
That's what it is.
He just doesn't want to put them
Whatever
on.
reason he's trying to convince him, I
Oh,
forget
fuck, that's
why.
good.
I forget why he specifically wants him to do it, but like he's like convinced
like-
that he
he's
has
like-
to do it.
yeah.
So he's like forcing him. Put the glasses on.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna put the glasses on.
Like, it's such an arbitrary thing. Like,
Yeah, right?
put the fucking glasses on.
It's like two big ass babies.
It's like, that's crazy.
It's like, you're a fucking baby. Stop.
They're just glasses, man.
I don't know what that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like with the glasses, but Jesus,
But it turns into a 5-minute fight, and they're
Yeah.
like, it looks like they're throwing the hands
it
too,
really,
like,
it really does.
like a normal person would have been unconscious already. That shit
Well, I
was
guess
crazy.
he's a wrestler, so he's good at throwing fake hands.
Well, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that was from that movie. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna watch it now.
Yeah, yeah.
See, everything comes
John
full
Carpenter,
circle, man.
he's a man. He's the man.
The
Thing as well?
The Thing, that's the one.
That's the one.
Baby, yo.
Especially the ending, because you're just like, huh?
Ooh, The Thing is one of the best horror movies I ever made for
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
personally, because it's a true, like, you know, you don't know who to trust. The concept is weird and foreign. Once again, the body horror, the practical effects are horrifying.
And then just that end where you're
And
just
the
like,
end
you're just like,
is up for discussion. I know people like have said there's like a definitive reason why it's the black guy. I think his name is Childs, like because you don't see his breath, and then
oh, that he's the thing.
yeah, he's the thing because you don't see his breath, and then McCready offers him something to drink, but really it's not alcohol. It's like something else, and because he can't detect it, that's because he's the thing and he doesn't know what alcohol tastes like or whatever.
And I'm guessing John Carpenter was just like,
Yeah, I think he left it open ended. I don't believe
Oh,
I don't believe he ever said definitively one way or the other.
oh, he's just
If he did,
yeah.
I don't know. Christine, the one with the car, I never saw, but I heard it's
I've
good.
never seen that one.
Okay, yeah,
No.
I heard that was good.
Oh shit! I don't know why that jogged my memory of that fucking Shining sequel that looks like garbage.
You don't think Doctor Sleep was good?
Huh?
Doctor Sleep?
Ah, it looks like
What it is? I've never been a fan of The Shining.
yeah.
I know people. Some people consider a lot of people.
Did you see
consider
that?
Which one?
Doctor
Is it-
Sleep trailer?
Doctor Sleep.
No,
It's like a sequel to The Shining.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks. I don't know. To me, it looks very.
Is it a proper canonical sequel?
It's based on a
It's
story.
yeah, it's
yeah,
based on The Shining.
based on.
It's
oh,
like
wow.
it's like the son, the
But
kid
no,
grew up.
It's actually.
Oh, wow.
I think it's based on a Stephen King like.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a follow-up.
Yeah,
series.
it's a follow-up.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
think it's like
that's
just
what
made
I
up.
referred to.
I don't think it's just made up.
Oh,
It,
I'm
look, it looks.
looking
It looks
up right now.
very.
that sounds cool. I actually
mean-
love The Shining.
I know, but the trailer looked really. I don't know. It looked all over the place.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Do you think that because it looks like it's leading too heavily in The Shining, like you know, The Shining has this kind of like
I feel like it's more.
uh,
The Shining was a bit more subtle.
reputation. So because of that, they're kind of like leaning heavily into
I feel
that.
like this one looks more fantastic.
Kind of like on the coattails
You know?
of its
Yeah.
father.
Well,
Okay.
to be fair, Stephen King didn't like The Shining.
Oh yeah.
The movie. Yeah, he hates it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
The Jack
hates.
Nicholson one. You know, there's another one, right? The.
Yeah, I know. It's a TV. Isn't it a TV movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He
No.
hates the Stanley Kubrick Shining.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
he disowned it. He doesn't like it at all.
That's crazy.
You guys ever watched the Cube movies?
Yeah, I saw the first.
I
no, I said
love
there's three of
those
them?
movies so
There's three
much.
of them, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Cube 0, and Cube 2.
Yeah.
Hypercube.
Stephen King has some interesting fucking movies though too. That are just
Are
like,
you
Yeah,
guys-
Doctor Sleep is based on a
book?
Stephen King book.
is it also called Doctor the same?
Yeah,
name?
it came out in 2013 though, so it was
Ah.
like he wrote it way later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
You know, he was on
30
cocaine
something.
for most of those shits.
if it helps,
Yeah.
if it helps the writing
Apparently, he
process.
had to.
Cocaine is
He had
one
to plug
hell
up
of a
his
drug.
nose
Oh,
so
'cause
they
his
wouldn't.
nosebleeds?
Yeah,
Mm.
on the typewriter.
I know that problem.
Hey, Micah, you don't have any
The
cartilage.
problem
in your
is
nose, right?
blood. It coagulates and then it gets in the keyboard and the key gets stuck. So sometimes you press L and it's just like oh,
No.
it's like, yeah. I was never a fan of The Shining.
Yeah.
I think it's good,
Do you like other Stephen King
but
stuff?
I don't think it's like as good. Well, I'm talking about movies now, so it's like the same, because it's like adaptations. Like so,
Yeah.
Wait, It you liked, right?
it is good.
Yeah.
You guys
The
watch-
first one,
You ever seen Langoliers? That's a weird one.
no.
I don't even fucking remember what
Misery.
it's about. It was weird. Misery's good. Misery's a fucking crazy.
Have you
movie.
watched? Do you have Hulu?
Yeah.
Castle Rock. Have you watched that?
No.
It's different. It's like a
It's also his?
combination. Yeah, it's based on like many of his properties combined into one story, kind of.
Well, isn't it like a whole shared universe?
Yeah,
with it,
that's
though?
basically what it
Yeah.
does. And the second season is going to focus more heavily on the it has a Misery character, Annie Wilkes. Yeah, and what's her name? Liz Kaplan, the girl from I'm trying to think where you know her from. You ever saw Cloverfield?
Mhm.
Not the girl who's trying to save, but the other one.
Yeah.
Her. It
Oh,
has her
okay.
playing and she does it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like the accent and the mannerisms.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
does
so
it.
she's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
As well?
And she's like the dead eye stare
Yeah,
that gets you.
That
Like,
Kathy Bates
yeah.
had, yeah.
So you guys
Kathy
want
Bates
to
killed that role.
move into the alien stuff?
Were we talking about
Wait,
aliens?
what? We talked about aliens the entire episode last time.
Was it the
For
entire
that,
time?
the entire last
we
two
talked about-
episodes? We spoke about aliens.
I thought we
Yeah.
spoke about the what's it called? The Native American stuff.
It was so long ago, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like a
But I fucking no, I was gonna say something else. Motherfucker.
Damn. Kathy Bates, Misery.
Oh, I think I was talking about it was something to do. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you know about this the whole Pennywise thing in his universe, the shared universe, that he has a fucking mortal enemy too?
Yeah, the turtle.
Turtle,
Yeah.
the cosmic turtle. That shit is.
Marin.
And they referenced him twice
because he
actually.
had the Legos in the first one.
Well, and there was a point too where they were swimming and there was like, oh, I felt a turtle
Yeah.
brush up on me. That.
But in the first movie, he has the Legos.
Yeah.
and
And then the second one, I think there's an actual turtle that you see on someone's desk and it's like panning
Okay.
out and it's just like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, it gets pretty fantastic.
Yeah, very fantastic.
Cosmic
Mhm.
and whatnot. His whole shared universe thing,
Mhm.
the Dark Tower, and
Yeah,
all those things I don't read or watch. The Stand.
yeah.
They got I'm trying to think what else. I don't know what else is coming out, like horror movies and stuff like that. I know The Haunting of Hill House is coming back next year.
Oh yeah, the new season, right?
Yeah, but it's based on.
My mom just saw it and she was like, "Yo, this is amazing."
It
And I
is
was like, yeah. I was
amazing.
like,
It
yeah,
really
I told
is.
you.
It's just a well executed concept.
Yeah. There were some horror movies that came out. I forget what else. Well, I don't know. We can talk about some other supernatural stuff. Alex, what you got?
He wants to talk. Alex loves his aliens. He loves his aliens.
I love aliens too.
Okay,
Damn, nigga.
Yeah.
I got this interesting one that happened in Allagash, Maine.
I doubt it.
So
He's already
August
not
20th, 1976, brothers Jim Weiner and Jack Weiner,
Spooky music, Kieran.
with friends Charles Foltz and Charles Rack. Two Charles, that's so weird. Two Wieners and two Charles.
Tweener.
Are you watching a video right now?
No. I'm
Wieners,
pulling up the wiki article to make sure I don't like misquote. Yeah, they both, three out of the four men claimed to be abducted by aliens, and this is their the way they described it. Probed and tested by four-fingered beings with almond-shaped eyes and languid limbs.
Somniferous almond.
Yeah, so soy aliens. And they claim that they recalled this through hypnotic regression. So what happened with this one is that the four men were basically going on the camping trip, and one of them like disappeared for like a week, like 5 days. And then when he reappeared again, when they ran away and they reappeared again, they were worried about him. And then they, later were abducted.
Wait, they went with him on the camping trip
Yeah, it was all four of
and
them.
he disappeared.
Yeah,
Anyway, how long did it take for
like
them to?
5 days.
It takes 5 days to be like, damn, him missing
Oh
is
no,
weird.
no, sorry, that was a misquote because of the fact that they put it and related it to another case where four men went on a fishing trip.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, and it was like night fishing, and all four men were abducted. They saw a saucer, three ran, one got abducted. He appeared 5 days later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a separate one. They just made reference to it because it's very similar, where they go out to the wild and they get caught up in this.
Go out to the wild.
Yeah. Currently, as it stands now, 3 people stand by the story and do not change their position on it. But one of them says it's brilliant storytelling. Yeah. So I find this case like pretty interesting just because of the fact that it's very cut and dry. They were just taken. They were tested on stereotypical stuff, but at first, everybody agreed on the story. Then later down the line, one person retracted their statement, basically saying it was all made up.
Do you think that just throws everything out the water, like out the window?
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't believe them.
I mean, if you were
But
one
in
to
your
put,
opinion, so you didn't believe them from the start anyway.
Yeah. Because it's a weird thing. I believe in aliens. I don't know if I believe in alien abductions.
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's weird.
I find it weird that we're somehow important enough for them to care.
It's not even that. It's like, at one point, do you like just attack us already? Like, you know what you know. If you're here, you're already more advanced than us. So like,
I like there's a quote from the Mothman prophecies where it's like what do they want, and it's like their intentions aren't human.
oh, like people can't fathom.
Yeah, we can't fathom what
Yeah.
they even want because
That's like from the, I don't know if it's from the Bible, but it's like no man knows the will of God. You know, it's like
It's similar to that, I guess.
like your mind can't even
Yeah.
comprehend.
Yeah, I think
right
in that same movie there's
Mm-hmm.
a part where he's like, why don't they just explain it to us? And he's like try explaining your point of view to ants.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like
Something that's not on your level.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
can't. Yeah.
it's interesting.
That, I mean, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, it is
That's like
possible.
It's another layer of like moral relativism.
Now we're gonna go not hard. Fuck no, move away from hard to sci-fi. I'm trying to stick to hard. Stick to hard.
Okay.
I was just gonna mention Arrival, but fuck it. All right, hard.
You know that sci-fi horror?
There's a movie coming out called Eli on Netflix. Netflix.
Is he related to the biblical
And
stuff?
no,
Oh.
it looks interesting to me. It looks good. It's like good horror because one, I don't know if he directed it, but he's producing it. The guy that produced Haunting of Hill House,
Yes.
Mike Flanagan, and it's like this kid who's allergic to like everything. One of those like bubble boy kid, whatever. He goes to like this facility, but it looks like it's a house though. It's like it's a facility, but it's inside a regular like old house.
Okay.
And the lady's gonna try to treat him, and his parents are like, looking for treatment, etc. And there's a haunting. It looks like, but it looks like it's not reliant on jump scares because there weren't jump scares in the trailer, which nowadays, you know, trailers have like 14 jump scares themselves.
And so you see all the jump scares.
Yeah, so like one was a really good one where it's a single take scare where he pans over a room, right, with his flashlight, and it's just furniture with the dust coverings of them, you know, the white sheets. And then you see a body, it was like contorted backwards, and it straightens itself out. And you're like, holy, it was there the whole time. Holy shit. And you didn't notice it at first. And it's like,
I hate shit like that.
But I like it because it's in camera.
Yeah,
It's subtle.
Yeah,
no, hate shit as in that's creepy as fuck.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because
I like it.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
it's subtle. On a second viewing, you're like, oh, holy shit, how did I notice that? It's not reliant on a jump scare, like a loud sound or like a boom or like a sudden image all of a sudden. And there was another one where he's running, the little boy is running, he's looking again down a hallway, uses flashlight. First is nothing. Flashlight again is a creature, a being. And he's just running, he books it. And like every time he uses flashlight, it's closer and closer and closer. But it's just like, it's panning down. It's a single take coming down the hallway again. So I like those continuous steady shots. That's why I like The Haunting of Hill House, because there's so many hidden ghosts in that show. It's like, oh my God, how did I not notice that hand of that in the background? And I love stuff like that.
It's the art of hiding in plain sight. It's like something so underrated.
And it adds to the not even the themes, but the atmosphere itself.
Yeah.
And makes you feel like,
it makes it feel more real.
even if you don't consciously see that ghost or whatever, like your subconscious picks up on it, like your eyes obviously see it, and like something about it makes it more unsettling. You're like, oh, what's up with this scene? Like, what's going on?
It also adds to the extra sense of immersion because
definitely.
it feels a little more real in that universe.
And palpable. It's definitely that's how I like that.
And what I think is like I used to freak myself out a lot too, which I'm thinking now too is like you're kind of your own when people like tell stories and shit about shit that happened. I feel like you're your own worst enemy in that sense where like you can freak yourself out into things because like I remember I used to like sleep upstairs in this other bedroom, and I used to always be like, yo, what if like I open my eyes right now and there's someone at the foot of the bed facing away from me, and I'm like just keep fucking thinking that over and over and over again, and
Like if it was a ghost.
Yeah. Or just anything. But I feel like people can punk themselves out that way, you know. By putting themselves in that way.
When I was young, I was probably like maybe 4 or 5, but I remember this. My mom and I lived in, it was like
We're telling stories now?
a house. Yeah, sure, why not? It was like a house.
Kieran music throughout all this shit.
They separated them into bedrooms. So it's like, I don't know how you call that, but whatever.
Micah's has to be a hip hop remix because I'm racist.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
The hip hop remix of a spooky story thing.
Oh, wicka, wicka, wicka.
Oh no, do the Fresh Prince scary A Nightmare on My.
I don't know that.
You never heard that song?
Nah.
No.
So we were, and one time we had to go down to the basement. The basement was where you put the trash, etc. Blah blah. And you go down there and there's a dolly and it's like doing the fucking doll sounds, whatever. So it was creepy as hell. It's probably the reason why I'm scared of dolls now. And
Porcelain doll?
it was like a
regular like raggedy.
with batteries though.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
And it was making a sound or whatever. So then my mom looks at it, and takes the batteries out, boom, it keeps going. Then you look at it and like trying to see if it has like one of those demo modes, like sometimes, but even that needs batteries. Checking it, nothing. And it starts activating, but on its own. And it wasn't one of those like, motion activated ones like that. It was like it had a button on it you to press to get it to go. It just kept going on its own. I was like, that's a demon. We're getting out of here right now.
Damn, you avoided the movie, man.
And
you avoided a movie deal.
See, this is what I was talking about before. Black people would just get the fuck out of there. White people would be like, let me investigate this.
Yeah.
Take it to the priest, and I have the demon hunt me down for the rest
I was
of
like,
my
oh no,
life.
it's probably nothing. I'll just leave the doll here.
The Annabelle doll right
See,
there.
those are the kind of things that I would love to have been there because I would literally grab the doll, open it up, and see what's inside. That's the kind of thing I would do.
Okay.
Let Alex get possessed.
Is he
Sorry,
not
my life is too sad for a demon.
What would the difference be, really? Like,
It'd give your life back instantly. Like, oh no, I don't want
It'll
this.
be the opposite.
I don't want this
It'll
home.
be the opposite. The demon possesses me. All my bad luck is gone.
he traps a demon inside himself.
You're not going nowhere, buddy. You're seeing it here.
Nigga puts the marks on himself so he can't escape.
Well, it reminds you of the Kim Peele skit with the 2 church ladies.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Georgina, I got the devil. I'm riding him. And then she goes, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But, there's some supernatural stuff happening. There was another thing I was gonna say, but I forget what it was.
But it was never enough to like convince you.
Nah, I was little, so
I do that thing.
I know if it really happened.
Our memory is pretty bad.
Well, I mean, my mom was an
Yeah.
adult, and she
Yeah.
remembers.
She
it.
still remembers to like if you tell her to this day.
Oh yeah. If I even say like dolls, she'd be like, "Nope, that doll, no."
That's interesting. Yeah, because I have the same thing with you where like I've had things happen to me, but at the same time I'm like,
Yeah,
You just
there's
dismiss
probably
it.
an explanation that
Yeah,
just,
that just eluded me at the
Exactly.
moment or something.
So to me, it was like I
Yeah.
think probably maybe the batteries gave it enough charge to be able to move a little bit for a
Mhm.
while. But
Do you find it's just as irrational to immediately dismiss it as much as it is to immediately believe it?
technically, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So you think it's
'cause
irrational
I've
both
always,
ways?
I've always had that. Yeah, I've always had that question in my head, and I'm like, if I dismiss it every time, that's just as irrational as believing
That's
it.
true.
So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's keep it in the.
I keep it up in the air because it's like
It's 50-50.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I can't say for sure that there was a ghost
Right.
because that would be ignorant. But then at the same time, I can't say for sure that it
That there
wasn't.
was. Yeah, exactly.
Because
There
it's
was,
also
it was.
ignorant.
It's
Because I
like
don't
you
fucking
can
know.
be kind of like
Schrodinger's ignorant.
Yeah, kind of be like,
I am both ignorant and not ignorant at the same
you
time.
gotta be like agnostic about ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, it could be ghosts. It couldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, I like the other explanations people offer about ghosts, where it's like parallel universes overlapping.
You talked
stuff.
about that before, and I like that
Yeah,
because you know
yeah.
I like science.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What about
that,
the
to me,
Mandela
that's more
effect?
scientific than like you having a soul.
Mhm.
What about the Mandela effect? It's literally a fucking scam.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
what the
yeah,
Mandela
it's
effect
a
is.
fucking.
But
scam.
also the other explanation is that the whole thing. I think you don't buy this one as much, but
Okay.
the fact that we have energy and that we actually no, I guess yeah.
No, we talked about that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
like
was
that one
like,
too.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That our energy gets transferred to
Yeah,
things
because
in our house.
like we said, matter. I mean, energy cannot be created.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Can be transferred. So
yeah, yeah.
if
so,
the soul is an energy source, then it
That
goes. It
means-
would go on.
yeah,
Exactly.
And if you lived in a household where there was a lot of anger going on, a lot of people
A lot
that
of people being killed.
killed or hatred,
whatever, that
that's
energy-
obviously negative
yeah.
energy.
Yeah, because
And
just think about it in the most
that's what you're
fundamental of
picking up.
ways.
Yeah,
The most fundamental.
that's
ways.
why they use those EMF things.
Yeah, yeah.
The most fundamental of ways. If you believe in a very strict scientific point of view, here's the reality of it. Everything at the subatomic level goes back down to magnetism. It's all about charges.
Yeah, and bonds.
Exactly. So let's say
Attraction.
yeah. So that goes for energy. Energy in a lot of ways is there's different types of energy. So some of them can be radioactive. Some of them can be things like the electron flow in an electrical circuit.
Mhm.
So it all goes back to that concept of energy and matter being equivalent in exchange in the sense of E equals MC squared.
Okay, or
Because that's literally what it means.
He's going off.
Mass, all right. Energy is equal to mass times the speed of light to the second
All
power.
right, motherfucker. Yes. All right.
No, just again, you don't understand.
You're going too hard. You're going too hard.
Let's take 15 seconds. So it goes back to that concept. There's energy that's been used. So when you have a battery and you have the acid, it's done. The acid's still there.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
The electricity's been used up and created into another energy, which is either the light energy or the heat that's produced from it.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing goes for the concept of the soul. The negative energy you put out has some sort of residue, just like a light bulb creates heat and light.
And once someone dies, it just goes on somewhere else.
It
Or
just disperses.
something,
It probably
yeah.
disperses. Honestly,
How-
that
how
would be
does
the
it-
most reasonable
What do you
thing.
think that tastes?
Dying?
No, the residue.
Oh, but like soul residue?
Tastes pretty fucking bad.
I love that. That's the word of the day. Soul,
Soul
residue. Soul residue. I love it.
So,
Mm-hmm. Put a little child ding dong. I don't know.
I put the little more you know thing.
The more you know. There you go.
All right, yeah, soul residue. I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
Get some sandwich bread.
Mhm.
Soul residue.
Call
on
Danny
rye.
Phantom.
Kieran, put like that super high computational music for the little red eye.
Oh, the do-do-do-do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, super high concept music. Like
Mhm.
I'm fucking Bill Nye or some shit.
no.
Back to movies, I guess. The Lighthouse.
Lighthouse. I never seen.
Are you
that
gonna watch that?
one.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The one with Robert Pattinson in
No.
and Willem Dafoe.
No. No.
Okay, it's a
Damn. That's a
horror movie coming out.
Oh, it's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard it. Oh, I've
The
seen
one in black and white.
I've seen the.
in the square.
I've seen the.
Yeah,
the
it was shot in a very different aspect ratio. It was shot as a square instead of like a
Ooh, one by one.
widescreen or whatever. And it's black and white. And literally the only thing I know about the premise is that Robert Pattinson's character goes to work at a lighthouse, and Willem Dafoe has already worked there, and shit happens. I
I
don't
wonder
know.
if it's based on that lighthouse story I told you before.
Maybe. I don't think it is.
Maybe.
It's not.
Who knows?
It's not.
Maybe.
From what I saw of the trailer, it had nothing to do with that. But that would be cool if they made one.
That's a
And
creepy-ass
already
story.
there's like rumors that Robert Pattinson is being put forth for an Oscar nomination for his role in this.
Oh wow.
It's that good
wow.
apparently.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Um.
Are we talking about Joker at the end of this?
Yeah, we talk about the Joker at the end because horror. You
Yeah,
know, they're
yeah.
kind of I mean, it's not horror. It's like a psychological horror if you want to do that. Yeah, it could be a
Did you see
psychological
it?
horror.
No, I'm saying
Oh, you
Ah,
motherfucker.
too
You
fucking bad.
motherfucker.
Too fucking
You
bad. I'm spoiling the
motherfucker.
shit out of this movie at the end of this.
Yeah.
Um.
Not yet,
I
though.
mean, to be fair, is it a good movie if it's bad after you spoil it?
Yeah. It's still a good movie.
No. What I'm saying is, if after you spoil it, it's bad in your opinion. Was it really a good movie in your opinion?
Oh, like if you spoil the movie for him,
yeah,
would that make the movie bad?
No.
No. I mean, like, all right, if you spoil the movie for me,
Okay.
and I go watch it,
Yes.
and I end up saying it's bad, was it really a bad movie? No, it still remains a good movie.
I'm confused. What he's talking about?
Yeah.
I actually don't get what he's talking about. All right, do it one more time. One more time. Do this.
Okay, you spoil now.
Okay, I spoiled the movie now that I like. I like the movie. I say it's good.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
Okay.
you spoil the plot.
Right?
I go watch it.
Yes.
If the movie was gonna be good, it was gonna be good for me. So it's not like you ruined the movie for me.
Well, I
in the
mean, but
sense
that's
of,
subjective. That, I mean, that,
This fucking
Like,
roundabout asshole basically is saying he doesn't care if you spoil it. That's what he's saying. He's basically saying if you spoil it, it has no effect on how he perceives the movie. That's what he's saying, but he said it in the worst way possible.
Autistic way possible.
Okay. All right. So that's what you're saying, right?
yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
I want to know what's sleep, nigga.
let me tell you, Alex is better when he's broken on.
Oh my god. Okay. There's also a horror.
I don't know what you want to do with that, Kieran, but do something.
There's also a horror comedy coming out called Little. Well, it came out actually called Little Monsters with
That sounds.
what's her name from Us. Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, she plays. I think she's a teacher with like a school children going somewhere for a trip, and then like a zombie outbreak happens.
Hmm.
And but
Cooties.
like it looked funny. Like, it's a horror comedy. And
Cooties.
yeah, kind of like Cooties. And I was gonna see Alamo, but I didn't get a chance to because I had car trouble.
Mhm.
But it came out on Hulu on Friday.
Ah.
Friday meaning October 11th. Yeah, that looks interesting. Oh, you know, it was a good movie. I don't know if I talked about it before, Ready or Not. That was the one with the woman who got married into the family, and then on their wedding night, the family hunted her. Did I talk about that before or no? You looking at me?
Ready,
like I didn't
ready
say
or
it.
not?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, that's what happens. This
That
woman,
sounds so familiar to the other one.
Yeah, she marries.
You're next. That sounds like you're.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It's kind of like that.
Whereas, but that one was more. The family wasn't into it. It was like one person from whatever, and then the
Wasn't
other
it the
guy
entire
turns it down.
family?
No, it was only one person. Remember, it was the brother.
Oh, he was killing everybody, right?
Yeah,
oh,
it was the brother, her boyfriend, and his brother.
And they were
Only two
killing
of
the
them.
entire family, right?
Yeah, for the inheritance.
Yeah.
This one is she marries into the family, and the family has a gaming consortium kind of, and a gaming empire. And when someone marries into the family, man or woman, that night they pick a card to see like what game the family will play, and if it's ready or not, or if it's hide and seek, then the family hunts that person, but like hunts with the intention to kill and sacrifice.
Damn.
And she has to dodge the family the whole night.
Damn.
And it's a good movie.
Wait, but it's only for the night?
It's for the night. If she makes it till dawn,
Then
she'll be okay. But the family's concerned that if she survives, that the family itself will be destroyed because
She'll expose them.
because the what do you call it? Lore or whatever it is, they believe that their ancestor made a deal with, if not the devil, then someone who has occult powers. And so if they were to renege on that deal, which is to play a game and stuff, that the family would be destroyed one way or another, usually by death, like immediate death.
That's the concept, though. I like that.
It's a good movie.
It's kind of like a mini purge.
It's entertaining and it has some funny moments, but it gets gory as hell.
Yeah.
And I like the ending. I'm not gonna say what happens, but I like the ending. That was good. It was Ready or Not. That came out already this year.
You still have to see Barbarian Sound Studio. That's a really good one.
If I can find it, I gotta get my NordVPN so I can watch stuff legally. I mean legally.
Or Wake and Fright.
The only thing I care about now is coming out. I don't even care. Is Zombieland. I don't like Zombieland. Let me tell you right now. I don't care about that movie.
I don't care about zombie movies.
I don't give a shit about that movie.
I feel like zombies are super overrated.
I'm okay with zombie movies if they're done right.
Yeah.
I don't care about Zombieland. Only reason I'm seeing it is because Alamo has a Twinkie menu. I'm gonna be fat.
He's like, let me get that triple battered fried Twinkie, please.
They have that a deep fried
Triple?
Twinkie. Well, I don't know triple, but they have a Twinkie trio where they have a Twinkie 3 different ways.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Then they have a Twinkie shake.
But did you ever?
That comes with a Twinkie for dipping.
What? Jesus.
So yeah.
You ever see Wake and Fright though?
Nope. Never even heard of it.
That's Donald Pleasance, the guy that played Loomis
I
in
don't know
Halloween.
places, yeah.
And what's his name? Gary Bond. He was.
What is it about?
It is about a Australian man who's a teacher and gets trapped in a very hick area.
Okay.
And it's the people there are very disturbed people, and it's just it is quite the movie. It's very like I've never watched a movie and felt dirty watching it, like because the area feels like it's like people don't take showers, people like, and then you feel it through the film, like you feel like, oh god, like I feel like I gotta take a shower now because it's so dirty. and like things they do, the constant drinking. It just looks like such a fucked up, crazy lifestyle, and it just like there's so much crazy shit going on in that movie, and it's like it's I don't know if I should call it a horror movie, but I guess
Okay.
it does give you some kind of vibe where you're like very off put and creeped out. You know,
What's it called again?
Wake in Fright. It was
Wake
actually
in-
thought to be lost.
Wake and Fright?
No,
or
Wake in Fright.
Wake in Fright.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was thought to be lost actually. They thought they lost it forever, but then it was discovered
Oh,
and
they found
re-released.
a real.
And Martin Scorsese watched it and was pretty disturbed by it actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, "Holy shit!" And there's a graphic scene of them hunting kangaroos at night.
I feel like that scene sounds
Yeah.
familiar. Me hearing about a scene
Yeah.
in the movie about that. But okay.
I think it rose. I think issues too with
Like animal cruelty. then?
animal cruelty.
Okay.
I think it rose some issues.
Hmm.
And but it's a fucking it is
It's a banger.
I would say
It's
yeah.
a banger.
Yeah. It's kind of depressing too. Just because like all the teacher's trying to do is get to his wife for fucking holidays, and he's just trapped in this
Jesus.
fucking demented ass hillbilly hick place in Australia.
It'd be like that.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Oh, I think it might be
Yeehaw,
on
mate. Sorry.
Amazon Prime. It looks
Oh
like.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna check that right now.
Don Pleasance. He was quite the actor.
Wake in
Fright.
Fright. And yeah, what other horror stuff can you talk about?
Funny man.
Yeah, you
There's
can.
so many. There's so
Yep.
many horror
It's
movies. Is oh yeah,
It
for
is.
free?
Yeah, Prime.
Oh nice.
Sick.
Watch it.
Doo-doo-doo.
Watch it when you get the chance. I would say.
But I want to feel dirty.
Yeah.
That.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely want to take a shower after.
I haven't taken a shower in years. Let's see. What you got, Alex?
Alex is texting.
Alex.
Alex is
I'm not.
texting.
I'm not texting. I'm.
He's texting.
I had like
He's texting.
2 lines of notes.
Okay.
Ooh.
So all right, I'm gonna go to a website and look at things that say the best horror TV shows of the 21st century.
Oh, I actually got it.
Okay.
All right. So this is it's alien related, but not abduction. But it is scary because it goes back to doppelgangers.
Okay.
So it makes reference to it. So this is what the story. So
Oh, you're gonna tell a story?
it's a summarization. I'm gonna put in the show notes. I'm gonna send it to Micah. Make sure to actually send it to Micah because it's a really good story.
You gotta tell me when you're telling the story so Kieran can
So
switch it to spook
There's a
mode.
longer version that's more detailed than I could give it, and we'll put that. So the story goes like this: there's this kid who lives like not too far outside the suburbs, but almost the countryside. So he's like, easy travel to like the city or the suburbs. So it's not a big deal. And the story goes like this: he's playing around one day, and he goes outside, and he gets called back by his mother. And when he goes back inside the house, he's like, that's not my mom, because she's like, it's like an imitation, but it's almost like it doesn't fit in the skin. That's the way I would describe the way he would describe it. Doesn't fit in the skin of his mother.
Okay.
So
Bizarre shit.
it's
sounds
off.
odd.
It's really off because she has certain mannerisms that don't match up, like the way she speaks to him, and there's a roboticness to the voice, and he basically lives with that doppelganger for a whole month before his mother reappears.
His real
What,
mother.
what
Yes.
was his mom doing?
She literally was not present.
She was beaten off.
But like when she walks in, she's like,
She's like because the kid literally ran out the house because later at she said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna kill you 2 weeks from now." Like in the middle of the month.
the doppelganger said that?
Yes,
Oh shit.
I'm going to kill you 2 weeks from now, so don't worry.
Don't worry.
No,
I
seriously.
think I'm like finding a new family.
Yeah, so he's fucking alarmed and
Alarmed. He's only alarmed by that.
Just only alarm.
he's fucking devastated and confused because he's like, this is my mom, but not actually my mom, and it just told me he's gonna kill me. And basically, he goes like a while surviving against it. Nothing like movie related, but just like not showing his back in a sense.
Okay.
So he goes through that, and at the end of the month, his mom appears, and it's like, where have you been? And she's
What
like,
happened
I've
to
been
the-
here the whole time.
What happened to the doppelganger?
The doppelganger
Just disappeared?
As the mom, as the doppelganger disappeared, the mom reappeared.
That's creepy.
Yeah, and it was like I heard that story, and I was like, because it's like about a 8-minute story, maybe at most. With the narrator, he is very slow spoken,
Okay.
so not too long. And it was just disturbing because
You
in nature,
imagine it
the mother is the protector you can always go to in a sense. Mama's boys
here.
exist for a reason.
Over here signing gender roles. I don't know how I feel about this.
Like every kid hides under his mom's skirt. Even though his dad is strong, they always hide under the mother's skirt. Just like, it's nature. And you have that protector just like switch to somebody else and then threaten your life. That shit is devastating. I couldn't imagine like.
It
Going
sounds
through
like it kind of reminds me of like different changeling stories or like I never watched the whole movie, but that movie was it Coraline?
yeah,
Where she goes to like the alternate dimension. Her,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everyone has the button eyes or
Perfect
whatever.
mom.
Yeah, but she has like she knows something's wrong. Obviously, it's not her world,
Yeah, yeah.
but stuff like that. But
Yeah,
that one sounds like even worse because
Doppelbangers creep the fuck out of me. That's
Yeah.
creepy as shit. That's a creepy concept. Oh, I don't like it.
that's
I
another
don't
one
like
where
it.
it's like, and the creepiness depends on like what their goal is. Like, because some of them they literally just want to supplant the person and like just
Mhm.
live a normal life.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them like want to eventually kill you.
Yeah.
Other ones want to like are getting you prepared for yourself to get replaced by another doppelganger. So it's like
So if you were living with a doppelganger and the doppelganger, all their goal was to live a normal life and they were better than the person that you were with, would you just be like, oh,
depends
sure.
on depends on person.
your wife, I guess,
I wouldn't get married, but all right. My wife.
or your child, your kid.
Oh,
sorry,
shit.
Your kid's better than the
What did they do?
doppelganger.
Do I know what they did? Wait, what did they do to my child? Do I know, like? Did they kill him?
no, he's somewhere else, safe, happy, and all that stuff. But they replaced him,
And he's
with this
better.
new
He's a
guy.
better. He's a
Yeah,
better child.
prodigy. He's a
And all
prodigy.
he wants. His only goal is just to live with you.
And my child is happy and safe.
Yeah.
You guys are happy and safe. And,
I guess.
that's fucking awesome.
You're a lot better than my
You
kid.
wouldn't? Huh? You wouldn't?
I mean, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to against self-incrimination.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, if no one's being hurt, really,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
No harm, no foul.
yeah,
it always goes back to like a utilitarian view of the world, where it's like,
fuck it.
if everybody's happy, what's the problem?
I get a better kid, so
The kid has a better life.
He's,
It's like
he's out there laughing and
so
shit.
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Why not?
Great.
If I find out that like they're better, but like they kill my child to do it, now I'm gonna fucking kill that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gonna kill the doppelganger?
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even if it means like I go to
Yeah.
jail for killing a kid because they think I killed the kid. That's
Yeah.
my kid, but I'm my kid. But I mean, I'll do it in a way where I get away with it. But
I never had a child.
you ever see about that? One time I went to the comic shop and I was telling the owner like how I would get away with murder. It's not a real way because like I wouldn't give away my real way, obviously. But like
Get your pencils out, kids.
one of my fake ways to get away with murder. And then I turned and like the whole time he's like smiling and like laughing. Then I didn't know why. Then he like motions over to the side and I realized on the side of the counter was a cop.
Did he say anything?
The cop? So I look at him, I'm like, that whole thing was a joke, obviously.
what did he say?
And he's like, everyone thinks they can get away with murder until they get caught. I'm like, you only caught the people that were bad at it.
That's true. That's true.
oh, was the cop laugh?
Yeah. He's like, we'll see. I'm like, all right.
mean-
Oh no, Micah, he's up to you.
Most
You've been
of-
bugged since that day.
That actually can segue into serial killers and how efficient they are at fucking killing
Yeah,
people.
I mean,
a lot of them turn themselves in
yeah.
because they were really good at it.
Except for Ted Cruz, he's still free.
All right, so like, I watched the show Mindhunter on Netflix.
It's fucking great show.
It's amazing.
That show's fucking great.
It's
Ed Kemper,
phenomenal.
it's crazy.
Yo, that
Yeah.
guy,
And he was really like that. He was really like
he
that.
plays the guy better than the guy himself.
Yeah.
He plays the serial killer better than the fucking serial killer, bro.
That's disturbing
After
and
the first
amazing at
season
the
came
same time.
out, they did a side-by-side comparison of,
Yeah.
of the video footage of the actual interview and the one in the show, and the mannerisms are fucking
Yeah,
perfect.
that shit is
kidding.
crazy.
Yo, the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
does a really good job.
Yeah.
The only difference is that he's bigger.
Yeah, he's like
more-
fat-wise.
Yeah,
Oh, is
fat-
it heavy set? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's heavy set.
Ed Kemper was like more skinny.
He's a more lean guy.
but he's
but
like 6'9", dude.
once
Oh.
he was physically imposing.
Yeah.
The thing is, the actor they got though, perfect,
Yeah.
fucking perfect.
Yeah.
man. And the guy, did you see the season 2?
Mhm.
Charles Manson, the
Charles
guy they
Manson
got,
also
fucking
Oh,
perfect.
actually, he's the same one that
No.
did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's the same guy.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's him.
shit.
It's the same guy.
Oh shit!
Damn,
I
that's
wasn't
awesome.
Sure. Okay,
Yeah.
because he was this so short a time. I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
yeah.
But this one he actually
Did you
gets a-
catch what happens in that?
in which one?
In Mindhunter season 2? Remember
Which
he's like, oh, in the interview with Charles Manson, he says, I was told that I can stop time. There's a part where he says that in the interview.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
In Mindhunter in season 2?
No, I don't remember that part.
There's a part where he says, "Oh, I was told that I can stop time," and then you know how what's the character's name? Not the young guy, the older guy.
Yeah, I know you're talking about though.
But he gets, you know how he,
Bill.
yeah,
Something-
you know how he gets crazy mad at him,
Yeah.
and he's like getting.
Yeah, he gets that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. After that interview, his watch stops working.
Oh shit, I
Yeah.
didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
It's
I
a
like
little-
that they showed more of the fraud side of Charles Manson because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he in the interview, once again I don't know how much of this part is fictional, but in the interview he asks for the FBI agent's glasses. He's like, "Oh, can I get your shades?" He's like, "Okay, cool," and whatever. He gives it to him and he leaves. But then after that, he says that he stole them. Like Charles Manson went around saying that he stole them because he wants to sound like somebody he isn't. Because when you think about it, at the end of the day, he's not a killer.
Yeah,
He never killed anyone, and that's the
He wants to.
Yeah, he wants that renown. He wants that infamy, and he wants people to think that he's bigger than he is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the guy is like literally a success story for that.
Yeah. It's
And,
Like I never really realized that.
Yeah.
he's not a killer. So
yeah. Same thing with like David Berkowitz. Like the whole
Son of
to this day, people think that the whole
Thing with the dog.
demon dog thing is real.
It's not. He made it
he
up.
perpetuated that himself to make it.
Yonkers in the house. You know.
Yeah.
Repping
Yeah. And there's a part too in the interview where he's like, "Oh, the therapist ate that up, didn't they?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fuck yeah."
that. My when I used to go to church in Rockland County, my pastor they had a mission outreach, like they go to prisons and minister.
Okay.
She met him.
Oh, she met him.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
she met Berkowitz. It's crazy.
You know his it's not far from here.
what happened?
It's not far from here.
Yeah, no.
The
I
place he
said,
stays.
Yonkers in the house. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Postman.
Yeah.
Mailman crazy. But yeah, Mindhunter. Fuck,
It's a good
fucking
show, dude.
Good man.
You'd like it.
Yo, and the Atlanta child murders.
That's fucked up.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Because they only could ascribe like 2 or 3 murders to him.
Yeah.
And it was like over 20. It was like 25, 30 deaths.
And the 2 people that they ascribed to him were adults, not
Yeah.
the kids that went missing.
Exactly. So I don't think that guy killed all of them.
Yeah, I don't think so
Yeah.
either. No, I think there was something else going on.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good. I like that.
It's weird because I feel like it ends off and it's like, is
Yeah.
there gonna be a season 3? Like,
I feel like it's up to.
well,
the
you
thing
said,
is-
like you said, Netflix.
yeah, they had to
doesn't-
think
they don't-
about canceling after
Yeah.
2 seasons, but
And while it's a really good show, it's no
it doesn't draw people the way
it's no Stranger Things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna get.
it's not a powerhouse like
Yeah.
that. So, but I hope people watch it. Stranger. I mean, it's definitely one of those weird psychological. It's not horror because it's a dramatization of real events.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, I guess the people they talk to are
it's
You
horror.
say, you, say, you
horror.
say it's kind of suspense.
There's some
Yeah, I mean, because they're trying to catch killers.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch killers.
Yeah.
That's the point of this FBI squad is the criminology one. Is
they're trying to catch them before they even.
they're trying to identify the pathology for serial killers.
And BTK is in the show.
Yeah, BTK is the one they're trying to
You
catch.
said it's FBI.
Yeah, it's the FBI. Yeah,
It's, and it's
Okay, yeah.
it's the
It's
first time that they started looking at serial killers in the way that they are actually formed.
yeah.
For funny enough, this is like kind of related, but in the X-Files, Mulder, he's actually supposed to be he's supposed to be the one who drafts MOs for killers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his like that's the reason he's so famous in the FBI. That's the reason they don't fire him
When I
because he's really good at profiling killers.
now that you said that, I'm gonna hit you with one that's even more horror. Hannibal.
Mm.
Have you watched Hannibal?
No, I haven't.
No.
On everything I love, I want you to watch Hannibal. Like if there's only
Psychological
one
horror?
show, if it's
And it's supposed to be before Sounds of the Lambs.
Yeah.
It's like the prequel.
yeah, if there's only one show I could recommend to you and you never watch anything else I say, watch Hannibal, bro.
Is it on? Is it on anything?
It's on Prime.
No, okay.
It's on Prime.
Oh, shit.
It is one of the best shows I've ever seen to date. So the main character is this guy Will Graham. He's a psychological profiler,
Yeah.
and the thing is, he has an ability where he can really get into someone's mind and like understand a killer. And I like they have this visual in the first season, and they show it a little bit later on in the other seasons, where like he'll just close his eyes and like this like strobe light will go over him, and he'll erase everything that's non-essential in the room, and then imagine he's a killer. And he even says as he's like moving through the room, he's like, "Okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this." He's like embodying the killer and seeing what they did, why they did it, and finding ways to kill it and to catch them. And his what do you call it, dynamic with Hannibal when they meet, and like because first the Hannibal starts off as kind of a mentor to him, and no one knows what Hannibal is
That's interesting.
as a killer or whatever. He's still like a practicing psychiatrist, and over time they find out who he is, and it turns to a manhunt for him, and it's perfect. It is amazing, and some of the what do you call it? I guess killing scenes are almost artwork, honestly. Like the way that our bodies are arranged. Like one time there's a totem pole of straight bodies found on the beach. Another time these people are grown they're put into the ground and like mushrooms grow out of them. Like they were made into like functioning gardens, and it's really good. And there's definitely a psychological component to it, and it gets pretty terrifying and gory.
Dope.
I like to the point where I'm surprised this was on network television. It was on NBC.
That's crazy.
And,
What?
yeah, and I'm surprised because
It's pretty.
Some of the
It's,
scenes are
it's,
pretty
it's a
hard.
lot of
Yeah.
really heavy themes.
yeah, heavy themes and like a lot of body parts.
Yeah.
How
That's
long
amazing.
are we running for anyway?
He's waving in the wind.
59 minutes.
Oh wow.
About a good time before we get.
Do you want to I guess quickly talk about Joker?
All right, so being that we're at the almost hour mark, this is the Joker's
Movie review section.
spoiler warning.
Yeah. So this is.
If you haven't watched it,
Danger,
don't bitch
Will
about
Robinson,
hearing it.
Danger.
Mhm.
All right, so if you haven't seen the
Get the fuck out.
2019 DC film movie Joker, directed by Todd Phillips, starring Joaquin Phoenix, coming to a theater near you.
And it's totally good.
Then
Leave right now because
leave
that's
the
where-
podcast that you're listening to. Like,
Yeah.
like walk away
just
from it.
walk away with your headphones, unplug it from the phone, and leave
Put the
the room.
device down.
Unplug
Let
your
it play though,
headphones.
but let it continue to
Yeah,
play.
yeah. Give us that
Walk away.
time.
All right, you go first. 'Cause, yeah, you go first.
That movie was very dark. Holy shit. It was a lot darker than I was expecting.
See, it wasn't as dark as I thought it was gonna
Yeah?
be. Yeah.
Oh, you thought it could...
'Cause what it
well,
is-
didn't they say that there was more shit that they were going to go harder or something?
What it is,
They
there was
cut-
so much
Director's cut.
like people were like so making such a big fuss about it
Yeah.
that I thought it was gonna be like much worse. I'm
Yeah.
like, there are movies this year that had worse shit in it. Like,
I love the
Are you
lighting
talking
too.
about the people who
The
are
lighting in that movie was fucking crazy.
The lighting and cinematography. Are
Yeah,
good.
it was fucking holy
Are
shit.
you talking about the people that exaggerate, like, oh, they're gonna like inspire people, that kind of thing?
Oh,
Those kind of
Not even that, because like that's just stupid.
apparently they really got the sociopath shit on point. Like,
Really?
medically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So
apparently it's a form of schizophrenia too. The
what he was going through? Okay.
because
Wait, was he having?
because there's two types. There's one where you hear the voices. I mean, I think with both you hear voices,
Mhm.
but with one of them you see
Dissociate.
delusions.
Okay.
Yeah, you
And in the
dissociate
movie,
from reality.
there's the whole thing with delusions where people at the end they're like, oh, was the whole movie a delusion?
Yeah, I know people.
Yeah.
I know people talking about that. They said
Yeah.
like he's already been in Arkham, and the whole time he's like, and that's what people are saying. He's not the real Joker. He's like a different Joker, and all
And
this
he
other stuff.
inspires the real Joker.
And
or
he
something.
inspires the real Joker.
Yeah.
There's different ways it can be interpreted.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I take it as just a straight on like what we see is what we get. Except for the times where we're told it's a delusion, like with the Zazie Beetz character,
Yeah.
his neighbor, and the few times the time he went on the show, but it wasn't real the first time. It's a good descent. Like I don't. Because there are people that say like it demonizes those with mental illness. It's like I don't think so. Because it's not saying that everyone that has mental illness does this. It's not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that everyone has bad days does this. It's just a story. It's
a story,
a fictional
yeah.
story, and it's just you know who Joker is. It's just showing one of the ways Joker could become who he was.
Mhm.
Not that someone that goes through the exact same things is going to become a killer. I don't think it's going to inspire anybody. And once again, if it inspires somebody, they already have a mental problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So this movie
They
is
were
not
probably gonna do it
yeah,
anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. On that note, you
Did
gotta,
see the movie?
No, I didn't see the movie, but the mental health aspect. Like, I definitely
gonna fight you.
I can opinionate on
I'll
that.
fight this nigga. Yes, Alex, talk more about the movie that you didn't see.
It wasn't about the movie. It was
I
just
know,
the mental health component.
I know.
Yeah, like we were saying, if anything, it just shows how bad things can get for people with mental health
Yeah.
when everything is against them.
And it really
I don't
was.
need to see it. I don't need to see it just to
Oh.
know that he is exiled.
it
The
was-
preview tells me.
It was everything against him. Like
Yeah.
The preview tells you like the world is already.
his
screwing him
mother was
over.
possibly not possibly. She was fucking horrible. The one person he had for like mental health was taken away from him because of budget cuts, basically.
Yeah.
Because she was like a city appointed therapist or whatever, or caseworker.
Yeah.
And she was taken away because of budget cuts. His job was taken away from him because of a mistake he made. In a
Which is
funny
kinda
ass
funny.
scene.
There are some funny scenes too.
There's legit funny scenes in
Yeah.
that, which I think is appropriate.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
It's Joker.
The midget.
Yeah, I called it too. I said when he said, "Oh, you can go," I'm like, he can't reach the lock. I'm like, he realized he reached the lock the door, right? Like, can you help me out? I'm like,
He's like, I never do anything to you, man. You're the
you
only
know
one
what
that
was
treated me
shocking?
nice. What?
The train scene.
The train scene.
I didn't think he was gonna kill them right then.
That was like,
shit was
that's
awesome.
when I was like,
yeah, that actually stopped me. I'm like,
yeah, I was like,
holy
yeah,
shit!
he
I'm like,
actually
wait,
just went off.
is
and
this
then
real?
finished it.
Yeah,
and then finished
I don't know if it was real or not at first. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
He legit, yeah.
he finished them off.
And that's when it starts, man. And fucking
Yeah.
There's some people that are like, oh, I'm mad because there wasn't enough Joker in it. Like, I wish he transformed earlier. And I'm like, it's a process. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
It was definitely great.
Yeah, it was good. Joaquin Phoenix kills the role. And people say, like, oh, you think it's a sympathetic character? Like, you sympathize with the Joker? It's like sympathizing that you feel bad for, but not sympathizing that you justify anything he does.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a difference.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like you can feel sympathize
you
means you feel bad for. It doesn't mean it's not something that's empathy.
Empathy, yeah.
empathy is when
people
you
confuse
feel
it
with
too.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So you sympathize in that shit. He has a shitty life. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
You're like, damn, like, you know, if I was getting handed the same cards, I probably would have done the same thing.
no.
No,
That's different. See, that's empathizing. That's empathizing. No, I'm sympathizing. I'm simply feeling bad for him.
Alex, you're a serial killer.
Yeah. I'm acknowledging that what's happening to him is bad. I'm not saying I would do the same thing. After this, the police were notified, and
Please
Alex
put the
was,
knife away.
No, just want to
That's
get
right,
the
I
noise.
got yeah,
Not for
so
you, Isaiah.
you definitely feel bad for him, but once again, it doesn't justify
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
he does. it has some parts which I don't think were necessary, like the Batman, the Bruce Wayne shit.
Oh
like,
yeah.
it was whatever. I feel like I didn't need to see that. I feel like that was super fan service.
Oh, it was
Like the Bruce Wayne, him being there, and then his parents dying in the movie too. That was like.
it's like, oh, it's
unnecessary.
gotta, this has to happen.
That final scene though, when he gets rescued by his followers, fuck man,
That was just crazy.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like he's all right, so he finally gets arrested because they know that he has something to do with some murders that happened. They can't justify it, but at that point, there's kind of a small, let's say like 1%er revolution happening in Gotham at that point because when Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, is asked about what does he think about these killings that happened because the guy was supposed to have had a clown face on. He's like, well, I think that anyone that basically he shits on the
vigilantes.
yeah, not even vigilantes. He shits on non-rich people. Like anyone that's not wealthy, he basically shits on. He's like, well, I think anyone like that is they're a bunch of clowns. They're all a bunch of clowns. And by saying that, he actually didn't realize that he started something. And so you see people start wearing clown masks over time, and then eventually like it crescendos into a giant like mini
Like a riot.
mini riot, like in the downtown Gotham. And he happens to be when he's arrested, his police car is going through there, and they stop it and like rescue him and like grab him out of the police car and free him. At the same time, attacking police officers and random people.
Oh,
and
dope.
Bruce Wayne's parents are killed. And at the end,
So in this riot is when they're killed.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
because like Thomas Wayne's kind of important to the story.
Yeah.
And at the end, he has blood in his hands, and he makes it into a fucking perfect smile,
Ooh.
and it's fucking perfect. And
Damn, that's very what would you say? What would be the word?
I don't even know other than perfect.
Poetic
really.
justice? No,
No, it's just
that
I
is
don't
poetic
know.
justice. Poetic.
It's just yeah,
There's no
Poetic,
justice there.
And yeah, but he kills a good amount of people throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He kills a number. Yo, all right. Do you think he killed the black girl?
Which is
His
that
neighbor.
His neighbor?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
Because there are a lot of people that think he did. I'm like, I don't think he did.
Where did they show that?
No, but it's just that. All right, after he leaves her apartment, you can hear sirens. But if you listen to the sirens, when I was in the movie theater, it sounds like they're getting farther away. They're not like they maybe come past his building, but it doesn't sound like they stopped.
Oh.
To me, the way it sounded. I watched it in 35 millimeter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Alamo had it in 35 millimeter. I'm like, oh, you know what? Being that it takes place in the 80s or whatever, like I think
Yeah,
it would
it's
be,
appropriate.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
When I watched it, when he first kills, people were cheering, and I was just
Fucking
like,
idiots.
and I was just like, am I in danger?
Yeah.
Am I in danger?
Yeah, I went the Thursday opening night, and I was like, I have my knife on me just in case. You know? I mean, if someone had a gun, I really can't. But like, you know, if people get
your knife,
a
you
bit
can cut the
rowdy.
bullet. Cut the bullet. and then
like
it'll
a-
split, and then it'll hit two other people.
Yeah, that's how it works.
The body count goes up, but you still live.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, people got rowdy. You know, I had to on them,
Yeah.
and no, surprisingly, I had a smart crowd. No one cheered for acts of violence. They laughed when like the funny parts happened, but
Yeah.
no one cheered for acts of violence. Even when he was liberated.
Yeah. I heard people clapping heartily, and I was like,
Yeah, where'd you go? You went some fucking
Alamo.
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I saw standard. Maybe
So
standard
you
crowd.
didn't watch it with the
standard crowd. Standard
yeah,
crowd.
exactly.
The connoisseurs.
Basic bitches.
Yeah.
Nah, I was with the
Yeah, I don't know. You guys can't see it.
cinephiles.
But as soon as Micah, bragged, he grew a French mustache with a curl.
I'm actually wearing an Alamo hat right now,
Mhm.
kind of. But yeah, I liked it. I think it's good.
It was really good.
I think it's good. I think it's an important movie in terms of
Do you think-
superhero movie or comic book movies.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is gonna change anything. Like they're gonna have like more villain movies and more R-rated movies.
I feel like from the start, ever since the Nolan trilogy, I felt like DC should have just gone the more grittier route and less
Yeah.
comedic.
Here's the thing: there are characters that warrant comedy, like
Yeah,
Shazam. It was
yeah.
right to go
Mhm.
the family route.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
If-
shouted.
But when it comes to those people like Batman and the Joker,
Yeah.
and I feel like obviously there's still gonna be humor in it, but not focus
That was the main. That wasn't the. I mean, Justice League had so many problems.
Yeah.
One of the big problems they had was that the theme of the movie was inconsistent.
yeah.
The reasoning being that Zack Snyder had to pull out because his I think his daughter killed herself or tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
Whatever, family tragedy. And Joss Whedon, the director of Avengers and Age of Ultron, he stepped in and he's known more for lighthearted comedy.
Yeah.
So a lot of those comedy parts where it feels like, why the fuck is this a joke being
Yeah.
made? Is because that's the part of the movie that he made. And yeah, it doesn't work all the time. And for certain characters, it's like, you don't need to do that. I mean, but DC, their solo movies have been pretty solid. It's really
Yeah.
just their team movies that have been a problem.
Yeah.
Or their multi
Mhm.
like lead movies like Batman vs Superman,
Mhm.
Suicide Squad, and Justice League. The solo ones for the most part are pretty good. And they got Wonder Woman coming out next year, and
You think Joker's gonna?
Birds of Prey.
Do you want Joker to just die right there, or
I don't need a sequel or a continuation. Or I know they're making a Batman trilogy with Robert Pattinson. I know people are saying, "Oh,
But do you
they
want
like
it to be
like,
involved?
that one be there." But
You want
like,
it to just stay its own thing and not?
honestly, it's like I don't know what I want. Like,
Yeah, 'cause-
I wouldn't hate it because he did a
Yeah.
really good Joker.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't.
And I was
mad.
kind of curious to see like what would Batman look in this gritty ass
Yeah.
world like.
Especially when they're basically going back to the 89. They're kind of going back to the 89 Batman where Joker was involved in his parents' death.
Mhm.
In 89 Batman, Joker's the one that actually kills them. But in this one, it's like one of his, not even subordinates, it's really just people. It's a mob
Yeah.
that he has no control over, really.
Yeah.
But they're inspired by him.
One thing that makes it kind of weird about like, because you know how they're like, oh, that's not the real Joker.
Mhm.
He's already looking like he's in his 40s, and in
Yeah,
this,
so what would happen if it was like 20 years later or 30 years later?
yeah, he's
with
gonna be old
Batman?
fucking
Yeah.
Joker man,
Or you can do a
old man Joker.
It wouldn't work because there's like in the New 52 Batman comics, they made like a whole thing where they said Joker might be immortal, like he might.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the thing where Joker was fucking Batman.
What's the Batman becomes Batman like 25ish? Like when's
Yeah, like all right, so parents die,
Yeah,
he
well,
goes abroad, maybe like in his 25. Let's say
Yeah.
25.
So like at the peak of his like.
yeah,
strength?
Okay.
And,
mhm.
Yeah.
He comes back to Batman. I mean, so it was a Gotham, and he becomes a Bat.
Yeah.
If you never read or saw Batman Year One,
Amazing.
yeah, I highly
Amazing. I
recommend that.
love it. It's great.
The book is amazing. It's Frank Miller almost like
Yeah.
at his best,
Yeah. And the
um,
movie's great because the voice actors
and
are.
the movie is a
Bryan
almost
Cranston.
1-to-1
Yeah.
comparison. The only thing I don't like about it is I think the guy that does Batman's voice, Bruce Wayne's voice. I don't think I like.
Oh,
it
he's the guy
that
from
one.
Gotham.
I forget.
He does Gordon in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's Gordon.
Oh,
in
okay, yeah. I think it's that movie. It's either that one or Dark Knight Returns, but I think
Mhm.
it's that one where I don't like the Bruce Wayne
Brian
voice.
Cranston killed. I feel like Brian Cranston can actually even be Gordon.
Yeah, that's what
Uh,
when they announced what was it?
Live action.
Who's the one that played
J.K.
it?
Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. When he played it, I'm like, okay, J.K. Simmons is dope, but Brian Cranston
We
fucking
would nail
awesome.
it, yeah.
Like he already has like the reddish brown hair and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Gary Oldman nailed it too.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman was.
Gary Oldman's that's the man right
That's
there.
the man right there.
The man that played so many roles that he forgot his own accent.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, overall, Joker, I liked it. I think it's important. I hope DC does more with like the villain movies because I know they've been talking about a Black Adam movie for the longest, but we'll see.
Mhm.
And I don't think Marvel is gonna try that. Disney is kind of
Yeah.
pussyfoot about doing R-rated stuff. So I don't know if they're gonna do anything mature.
I was gonna ask you, do you find that it's really, how can you put it? Do you find that people try too hard to compare DC and Marvel with their films to the point where they expect a universe from DC?
I think here's the thing.
Not allowing DC to do what they're
No.
good at in a sense.
Here's the thing. DC did that themselves when they made a universe. You know what I'm saying? If they stuck to their solo films, then no one would make comparisons because it's like, okay, it's your solo films. Like no one compared the Marvel movies, the MCU early movies to the Dark Knight trilogy because
Okay,
they were doing their own thing. They were doing their self-contained trilogy.
Mhm.
But once they announced Batman
Universe.
vs Superman and said, "Oh, Man of Steel is like a
It's probably the same universe.
yeah, same universe," then they're like, "Okay, you're starting your own universe. Obviously, I'm gonna compare it to the other comic book movie universe."
Mm.
So they did it themselves. But now that they're doing their more solo stuff, the comparisons are less and less.
Yeah,
and now that they're
I-
starting stuff like Joker, where it's like Marvel has nothing to compare that to,
Yeah.
there you go. You can't really
Mhm.
compare it to nothing. And
Yeah.
That.
I think we're Autobots.
Roll out.
Last words.
Wu Tang.
Clan.
I want to die.
Gotta kill it.
All right.